All right, Lita, what is this?
Hey everybody, and welcome to another live hangout on air. This is the Adafruit Show and Tell. We do this every single week at 7:30 p.m. This is your chance to show off your project, your makerspace, your laser cutter, your cat, your crafting, your wearables, pretty much anything you're working on that's really cool and neat and that we would like to share and see and you would like to share. Come on by. So we're going to call on everybody in the order we see you. We have to get out of here at like 7:50, 7:55. So please be quick. We're going to get more people on the show as we continue. So two to 3 minutes. Show off your project. We're going to call on you when we get you your name. So mute your mic until then so you don't have echoing effects. And we're going to start off with Tony D.
Hey, yeah. So I've been playing with the Wink 1500 Wi-Fi module that was just added to the store about a week ago, and it's a really nice little module from Atmel that basically just does Wi-Fi, but a little bit better than some of the previous boards that we've seen. So, like, it does SSL and all kinds of cool stuff. So here's a little demo of a board. So I've got a Metro, and then this is the Wink Wi-Fi board here, and I have a potentiometer on here connected to an analog input, and I'll show you a little demo. So I ported over something that we had from the CC3000. It was multicast DNS, where you can do like a DNS lookup against a name that will look on your local network. So you don't have to run like a DNS server. You can say, you know, I want to access foo.local, and it can do a little multicast request, which just means it sends to every device on the network and says, hey, are you foo.local? And if you are, you respond back and say, yep, I am, and here's my IP address. And then you can use that to connect to the device. So I ported it over, and I've got a little demo where it's using the multicast DNS to expose itself as wink1500.local as the address, and then it's running a little web server, just the simple web server example in the library. And if I hit that web server, it will show all the analog input values, so I can see like the value of the potentiometer. So let me share the desktop real quick. And let's see, do you see the desktop?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So I'll go to a web page real fast. Let's see. Okay, Alt-Tab is not working. Let me try. Make sure. Well, let's make a new web page then, or new browser. So let's go to HTTP Wink 1500. It's not foo. It was a little one I was using for testing. .local, and you can see here's a bunch of values. So every couple seconds, the web page will refresh and it'll print the new values. And then behind here, this is actually the serial output from the sketch, and these are the raw web requests. It's just printing out as it gets it. And so the top value is the one that I care about, this analog input 0. That's connected to the potentiometer. The rest actually aren't connected, so they'll just kind of randomly change with noisy values. But if I crank up the potentiometer, we should see analog input 0 go up to 1024, close to 1024, so you know, almost the max value there. So real simple, and really the demo here is that accessing this wink1500.local address, you know, I didn't have to put in the IP address of the little Wi-Fi board. It looked it up using that multicast DNS. And so yeah, it's really easy to use. It's there's an example in our library now, and it's just like with the CC3000. You just create this MDNS object and then call the update function every loop. So that's kind of cool. A little demo there.
Nice.
And the web page is auto-refreshing? That's how it's doing it?
Yeah, right. I think it has a little, there's a certain header I think you can send that says, you know, refresh this page at a certain frequency.
Yeah.
So yeah, really easy and simple.
Yeah. Cache control or something. Okay, cool.
All right,
cool
project.
Yay! Thanks for the demo, and people will definitely appreciate MDNS. You know, that's the annoyance of having these little boards is that you know you don't always know the IP address and it refreshes, and so like if you want to connect to it, it's annoying. But yeah, definitely having MDNS, and I'm glad that the CZ3000 code was ported, and you did it only in a couple hours, so it's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's like, because it's UDP, you don't worry about connections. You just listen for requests, parse them, and then send a response back if you see what you need.
Nice and easy.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's international. Port all of our old CC3000 to Wink.
Yeah.
Somewhere out there.
It's been a great chip. It seems to be a little more stable than the CC3000, so
look,
definitely worth checking out.
They kind of updated it.
Yeah, somewhere out there, TechCentral is like, something's different. Seasons have changed.
Well,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, Noah and Pedro.
Hey guys.
Hey, what's up with y'all? 3D printers.
Whoa.
So we got another massive 3D printing prop. We got the Halo energy sword. So it's a 20-piece design using the Feather 32U4 and we're just connected to it with the phone down here. We got some animations are going by there. So it's a 20-piece design, like I said before. You have access to all your ports back there to reprogram everything and turn it on and off. And the trick for this one was using the new Ulsim block with the Ultimaker, so we could print the blades really fast. Before, like on the Type A machines, it was taking like 4 hours to print like each section of the blade. Now we're cutting that down to 40 minutes, so that was a really cool thing about that. And we're using transparent or translucent PLA we got in the shop, and of course the new gray PLA PHA that we have in the shop. And it's a nice, massive prop to go along with your Halo, I guess, suit.
NeoPixel Energy.
Yeah, so it's about £1, so it's a nice, to carry around if you go to a convention or something. So
definitely,
massive.
It's a great project because it's one of those really hard to hand make cosplay projects.
Yeah, I looked around online and no one's actually made a light up one yet, so that was pretty cool. I thought at least somebody's made that before.
3D printed, yeah.
Yeah. Usually they like
power.
have the energy NeoPixel power.
Okay.
So the project will go live tomorrow. The files are up on Thingiverse, and of course you can edit the source files, the Fusion 360 files, if you can, edit that to your hearts.
That's cool. Yeah. Awesome work. Great gigantic sword.
All right. And,
Thanks, guys.
We're going to be playing one of the videos tonight.
Yeah.
Ask an Engineer.
We will show the video later.
Okay.
Awesome.
Next up, we're going to go to Richard, and then Scotty, and then Carlos. So, Richard.
Hey,
hello.
Richard.
Hey guys, so I just wanted to show off the new version of my LE Diva, which I've kind of shown you guys that I've done before. So this is the new board. It's added a few extra things. So I added one of your guys' LiPo chargers onto it, so I can charge the battery. As you can see, my LiPo battery's gotten a little beat up going in and out of clothing. I figured I'd show off my new light-up scarf. So this is what is replacing my Christmas scarf, because it's not Christmas anymore. So this is what I like to call the Tron Scarf now. So I can change a couple of the modes here real quick. This one's one of the new modes that I came up with, which does kind of a random twinkle effect that I've done before. So I've reduced it so that it can actually run on the AT-Tiny 85. It also has the motion feedback, so you can see if I tap the chip, a lot of them will light up. I've also added to the program the ability, when you start up, you can press and hold one of the buttons, and then you can set the cap brightness for it. So you can set it for being really dim or being really bright, and then once you set it, it starts up the board and it'll do that until you set it again. I've also changed it so that you can set the number of pixels. So by default, it goes out to 90 pixels, and then you can add or subtract some of those pixels just in case you want to use it with 1 neopixel, or if you want to use it with the full 90. I thought I'd give that option. So that's what I've been trying to work on. The biggest project that's kind of kept me away for a while has been working for an escape room called Puzzle Break. And actually we're doing a ton of stuff for them. This is the final week before we get puzzles up so they can test it. But this is the first time they've introduced electronics into their escape room. And it's looking pretty good. I mean, we've got a ton of your boards. Tons of metros in there, everything from like the solenoid locks to a bunch of neopixels that involve puzzles, and then also a bunch of the Hall effect sensors. We're even incorporating some computer vision, so I have to learn OpenCV or OpenCV this weekend so that I can finish out the last puzzle and hopefully get it up and running in the next week or two.
Sounds awesome.
Very cool.
We're so busy. You always have exciting news.
I can't wait until you're like, yeah, we just installed a new AI in the puzzle room on the Raspberry Pi 7, and like, it's getting a little out of control.
Well, Puzzle Break is they're getting really popular, and now like we were the first step in helping them out to build the next level of escape room, and now they just bought a building with 6 more rooms.
Wow.
So once we're done with this, we're going to have 6 other rooms that we're probably going to have to help them build.
All right.
All right, and this is how the movie Cube got started. Not a lot of people know that. All right. Okay. Well, thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Richard.
As
Great
always,
update.
Richard, email support@adafruit.com, and we'll send you an as seen on the show and tell sticker for one of the many puzzle rooms. Scotty, welcome back to Show and Tell. What you got?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wanted to show off then what my projects I can say I've been working on since the past week. That when I first started last week, Wednesday, I showed to Noah and Prejo that I made a a relay mount. This is how it started with this, making this one a single relay mount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I went ahead and made a double. And then when I was coming to the 4 channel, I was coming up with a new design because I wanted to manage the wires. I was like, well, that's a lot of wires going to the relays, you know? So then I came up with a system. Here's a prototype of managing the wires with the board.
That's cool.
That's cool.
And then, so here, I put together a demo, not working, but, you know, just a demo, like, type of thing of everything working, because then I made, took it another step further, and I made the cable management system separately, so you could download these from Thingiverse, any size.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to use them for hooking up speakers or entertainment systems or category 5 wire running your network, or anything. Like, I talked to these guys at AT&T, and they loved it. So I was like, you know, you could use this on any type of scale. So here's the like the section of all the different sizes that I made for it. And then here's what you can do.
All right. Nice wiring.
Yeah.
Tidy. Tidy wiring.
So, in a sense, I just, you know, ran up some button code just to see the relays working.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice. Clicky. I like the clicking.
Tick, 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 tick,
Tick,
tick.
tick, tick, tick.
See how it's nice going, taking their wires and then distribute them out, and it's zip tying into it. It's a really nice design.
All right.
that I worked on.
Nice work.
So
Don't forget
that's all I
to
got to
email,
say.
don't forget to email support@adafruit.com, and we'll send you a free SC on the Show and Tell
There's
sticker.
plenty of room, and it could align nicely right
Yeah,
there.
very
On the
nicely
show
right
and
on the
tell
wooden
sticker.
thing. All right. Thanks for coming by and showing off your stuff.
All right.
Like I said, this solves a good issue of cable management and tie support all in one. The only thing that solves 2 things in one.
Good
So
work.
If you want to download files, check them out on Thingiverse, Scotty D369.
Okay. Sweet.
Outstanding.
All right,
All right,
Carlos.
we're gonna do
Welcome
Carlos,
back.
and then
Hello, everyone.
Philip, and then see Scott. So
Okay.
Carlos, what you got?
Hello. Well, I wanted to show the case that I built for the Raspberry Pi that I won and Ask an Engineer last, maybe 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
And here it is,
nice.
made out of wood.
Well, that worked out well for everybody.
That's like a nicely routed case.
Yeah. I'm pretty happy with it. And I have a few pictures I want to show, but I'm going to use this screenshot. All right.
Think about if you have a wood router, like a carver, you just make cases for everything.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Everything's a case. when you have a
Everything is
carver.
everything needs a custom carved case.
Alright, so, okay. I don't know if you can see the.
We can see your,
You can see carve1.jpg.
yeah, it's your folder,
Yeah.
but not the image itself.
One more try.
Okay,
There you go.
it's loading. There you go. Yeah,
All right.
it's a case.
Alright. So there's one, and then the other thing that I wanted to show you. Let me see. I made an autonomous plant watering system with a Teensy, a 5110 Adafruit Nokia display, and a couple of sensors. I'm going to open it on the screen share.
All right, I have to go to a quick cat break.
Oh, that's a
Sorry.
cute cat.
Sorry,
oh,
I just had to go to a cat break just for a second.
Hey, Carmen.
All right. while you're showing that.
Cat is like.
Sorry, I had to. It
Okay.
had to be done.
So you got humidity, temperature, heat.
Yes, and it's all connected to a microgreen or wheatgrass growing setup. It's all automated depending on the threshold I set for the soil moisture sensor, and it should pretty much grow the plants by itself.
Sweet. That's nice. And you have a beautifully routed case as well for that. Nice work.
Yeah, remember the first thing that I showed on the show? It was my morty thing.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So this has Velcro, and I just grab it off of it, and then I put it back so I can keep prototyping. And then I can put it back with Velcro again.
All right.
All right.
Looks
Tonight's
great.
theme is organized makers. So
Very organized.
Cable ties to Velcroed breadboard.
Well, what I like is like the little routed slots for the rails on the breadboard. I mean, like
That's
that.
pretty nice.
That's nice. That's nice.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Now we're going to go to Philip, and then we're going to go to Isaiah, and then to...
Hey, guess what I'm doing?
So, Philip, how are you doing?
What's this?
Hi, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm Philip, and my 5-year-old daughter has been giving me ideas for stuff that she wants me to implement. So what she does is that she draws stuff out in crayon, and then I have to make it work. So a lot of stuff is just like here's a headband, and she wants it to have a little LED in it so that it glows. Actually, I'm not sure if that's showing up. But
Oh
this is
yeah, no,
very
that's nice.
standard color rose cycling LED. We went to Disney recently, and so we have EL wings that she could wear. That's I'm sure you recognize these parts.
Yeah, yell pack.
And let's see, I've got some bats that she did, where she basically cut out the fabric. And then this was back in Halloween, and then they have LED eyes, but I don't have it hooked up to power right now. And this was kind of like the most complicated one, which is basically a NeoPixel rainbow wand.
Wow.
But if you switch it to this, the Larsen mode, it becomes a light painter. You're not going to be able to see the pattern with the horrible refresh rate on my screen, but basically it draws a little Sailor Moon thing. So the thing is, I've been trying to make it so that she can actually see the parts. So like the light painter, you can actually see the Trinket Pro in there and the NeoPixel stick. I'm going to hold it real close.
Yeah.
And I want her to be able to to understand that these are put together with components that she can access. I don't want to keep this stuff off limits to her, so she can change the batteries if she wants. This is another little 555 timer circuit where it just turns on a blinky LED, and there's a LiPoly battery. I'm sorry, this is a little bit tighter, but it's basically a wristband that you can wear on your wrist, kind of like Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story. And if you hit the button, the 555 basically turns it on and turns it off with the LiPoly in there. So I just want her to be able to take stuff apart.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Cool.
sweet.
All right. Well, not only do you get an as seen on the show and tell sticker, but we probably have to come up with. You're now a product manager. That has you have a very demanding boss. It sounds like.
No, that is really, I think that's awesome. That she has these ideas and then she draws them and then you work together. So this is awesome. They definitely you're going to have a I guess it's going to be a MIT year of 2025 graduate. So
it's neat to de-Appleify technology too, where you can take the batteries out, see the electronics.
Yeah. Well, I've got to try to get her more involved in actually putting things together. So.
Okay. 5 is young, but you start young.
Yeah. The current 5-year-olds are way better than when we were 5.
It's true.
Oh, actually, there is one thing I want to point out. I have been talking to a kindergarten class, and the hardest thing that I found for kindergarteners is actually holding electrical leads together.
Yeah.
Like a resistor and an LED. But one compromise I found is like if you just want to make a throwy that they can actually turn off, you get one of those like tiny little prototyping breadboards, those mini breadboards, and then you can just cram the battery in between.
Yeah.
So they can actually wave this around without the whole thing falling apart.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, no, like it's you and I can barely hold those things together. It's very slippery.
Throwies for toddlers.
Okay. All right, thanks, Phil. Good to
Email
see you.
support@adafruit.com, and we'll send you an as seen on the show and tell sticker for your boss. All right. All right, next up.
All right. Hey, Isaiah.
Isaiah, am I pronouncing it right?
Y'all see me?
Yeah, we can see you now.
We can-
What's up?
Hi.
For your project, what you got?
This is Arduino Uno that I got.
Cool.
What are you doing with it?
Well, I've been trying to get a Raspberry Pi, and I also used Arduino Uno to study NFC. I want to do biometrics, and also one day, actually, I've been planning to make a web server, and also to make a imager after optical mouse.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, so you have some projects, and is this the first time you've been doing electronics?
No, this isn't my first time dealing with electronics, but this is my, well, I got my Arduino for Christmas and stuff.
Oh, all right, Merry Christmas. All right, you got an NFC shield there, so you are going to start detecting tags and doing stuff when people have an NFC tag.
I really want to learn how to, I really want to learn and get, possibly the implantable glass tag capsule. So I'm not going to implant it on myself, but I'm going to implant it on this animal called a flatworm, just for testing and tracking. Also, I want to use your GPS shield because y'all guys are awesome.
All right.
All right, well, thank you.
Please come by and show us more of your projects as you build them. It sounds like you've got a ton of plans. You've got enough plans for the entire year.
Yeah.
So come by,
We're here every week.
and we'd love to see your projects as you build them.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome. Thanks for coming by,
Thanks so much.
Isaiah.
All right, we got time for one more. See, Scott, play us out. See, Scott.
Hey guys,
Hey.
I'll be quick. Couple things. My clock monkey's not quite ready yet. The parts for it just showed up yesterday due to some delays based on, I presume, the blizzard you guys had fun with. So I thought I'd show you the. This is the very first board I ever did in Eagle. I did this in the fall of 2001. This is what I call a patch manager board. It was for the Korg Poly6 synthesizer, which had this particular problem. It had a NiCad battery on it, and it was installed in an area where these are all data bus lines and stuff off this microcontroller, and after enough years, it'll start to outgas.
Yeah.
You can see the fuzz here, and this is corrosive. It starts getting under the photoresist. It'll enter through the places where the stop mask is bare, and pretty much ruin your circuit board. So back to me real quick. So this is what an original one looks like from 1981, and someone tried to repair this one. For a while, I used to offer a service where I would reconstruct the damaged boards, but it became more cost-effective to just make new ones outright. So this is one of my newer boards that I'm getting ready to send to someone, as a matter of fact, because I still repair these from time to time. But I'll put the links up here for you guys to have a look at. But moving on, here is back to screen share. Another one of my old keyboards is this machine. This is the Yamaha DX7. Did it screen share? No, it didn't share. This is an FM digital synthesizer from the early 80s. I have one of these that, as soon as I rearrange the camera slightly, I'll try not to drop it. This camera is really not conducive to. Okay, you can sort of see it over there, corner. I don't know if I can keep the camera on it while I go play it real quick. Oops, silly thing. I'm gonna have to get a real.
I like all your synthesizers. Just have tons.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is like the Ryuichi Sakamoto machine,
Yeah.
But the thing is, it is so old that you notice that this display, if I flip back real quick to the picture I have up here, this, come on, share. This display device right here, The backlighting is an EL panel, and it uses one of those little AC inverters inside to drive the panel to illuminate it. Two problems. One is the EL eventually wears out, and the second problem is the inverter makes noise. You can't hear it here because of the bandwidth of this microphone, but it makes this about 4 kilohertz tone that's rather annoying when you're trying to play the thing. So I'm going to replace that LCD with a backlit LED backlit version, and show you here what I have to deal with in order to do that real quick. Let me use my screen share. There it is. Share screen share.
I have a question. Why didn't they use like a transflective LCD and then just have a light that bounces off of it, like from above, like a little bulb? Just
because in a performance situation, you don't usually have a brightly lit room. Think of a nightclub. Yeah. And you have to be able to see the settings. That's why backlighting was... The original DX7 did not have it, and one of the things that they offered was a backlighted display because a lot of users were going, hey, we can't see our settings because there's very dim lighting where we're playing. But here's a quick shot inside the unit. There are 7 computers here because there's one that controls the patch setting. There are 2 over here. I'm sorry this picture isn't bigger, but I took this in like 2001. There are 2 voice engines. They have DSP chips that are custom devices that Yamaha devised based off of the Stanford research that John Chowning did on FM digital synthesis. Here's one of the DSPs. Here's the other. This one's like the 96 digital sign generators, and this is the envelope generators. But I have to take this panel apart here because, well, 70% of this circuit is designed to just drive the displays. There's over 700 LEDs on this thing. So I've got to take everything out and then get the display swapped out and test it, put it back together, and hope it works. And the last thing I wanted to mention is, have you seen this module? It was stolen out of a vehicle at NAMM over the past weekend. It is the only one I have.
What? That sucks.
It is. It couldn't fit into the gear that went into the booth, so it had to store it off site, which was in a friend's vehicle. And whoever broke in probably didn't know what they were stealing, so I don't expect to ever see it again, even like at a TRW meet or Craigslist or whatever. But just putting it out there, if somebody sees this, I'm going to have to build one.
Have you seen this? All right.
Have you seen this module? In fact, if I had time, I would have put that text up there. But anyway, back to me.
All right.
And that's it.
Okay. All right, thanks for the update.
Look
at this cat.
Yeah. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Philip. Thank you, Pedro. Thank you, Carlos. We're every single week. We'll see everybody next week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. House Engineer starts now.
All right. Bye, Carmen.